episode of Fargo, I think the pieces finally started to fall into place to see where this show is going to take us in the next 2 episodes, the last 2 episodes.
And they're falling into place real good.
There was, there was a lot of like, oh my gosh, going on last night.
Yeah.
So it starts out and we see Lester getting a new washing machine.
Right. And it's obviously he had to get rid of the old one. It was broken. That put everything into place.
His fighting that started with Pearl, how the whole show started out.
Where he hid the murder weapon.
He replaced that old thing. And
kind of Lester washing his hands clean of the whole thing.
Washing all his dirty laundry.
Because now he's got Chaz in jail.
His brother Chaz. And one of my favorite lines of the whole night was when his sister-in-law comes over and she's ecstatic that Lester is able to start anew and says Chaz deserved what he got because she thinks that he cheated on her with Lester's wife, Pearl. And you know what? Nobody cheats on Miss Hubbard County.
No, and then she kisses him and tells him, you deserve all good things, Lester.
Which we all say.
Everybody boo, but it's a great line, great little twist.
Yeah, so then we catch up with Molly, who's back at work, seemingly like the day after she gets shot.
Yes. And putting things together. She brings in her big storyboard with all the suspects and all the things.
She must have done really good on her 4-H project.
She would have been a great student. So she wants Bill to come into the office. Another great line is Bill says, can it wait a minute? I just ate an omelet, waiting for it to digest.
Because, omelets are pretty tough on the digestive system. But yeah, she's piecing it together, and she's also getting lots and lots of flowers from old Gus Grimley in Duluth, who feels bad for shooting her in the spleen.
Dear Molly, so sorry. Hugs, Gus.
Yeah, so Molly's piecing it together. Meanwhile, back in Fargo, which Fargo looks huge. I kind of love that they made us the big city folk at the show.
In a big not industrial, but a government building.
Yeah, it's in the federal building, which looks nothing like the actual federal building in Fargo. And then inside it's super nice. Key and Peele get in a little bit of trouble for sitting out in the car while
we find out the body count of the Fargo
of Lauren Malvo's rampage
was how much?
22.
22, which ups there was there was a death last night, but it ups now the body count to what, in the 30s.
Yeah, 31? I think we're at 32.
Yeah.
After Lauren Malvo kills another police officer, again in a bathroom. What's with them and
cops? Duluth, especially Duluth cops. Yeah. Always in the bathroom. So yeah, he takes out the officer who's watching over Wrenches, and then Lauren has a little talk with Wrenches. And again, Molly gets shot in the spleen. She's back out on the street 2 days later. I think, didn't Wrenches get shot in the leg? I'm not sure if they specified.
I think she got him twice. I don't know, but
he's still in the hospital. He's chained to his bed, so when he wakes up, finds Lauren Malvo there. Lauren starts explaining, that he killed his partner, which Wrenches gets very upset about. Then Lauren says, you don't have an employer anymore. He's basically saying the Fargo crime syndicate wiped away. But then Lauren, and again, another bit of Lauren talking about predators. He explains after this guy's chained to his hospital bed and tries to lunge at Lauren. Lauren tells him a story about a bear that chewed through its arm to get out of a trap and then later died. So Lauren
wasn't James Franco in that movie?
So it was. So Lauren throws a key on the bed. He says, if you're still sore about this, come find me when you get out. So he gives him the key from the cop he killed so that Wrenches can get out of his.
And it was a surprising twist because pretty much you assume that if Lauren Malvo is coming to see you anywhere, but especially the hospital.
That's the last visitor you're going to get.
Yeah, he's probably going to kill you, but he didn't. He gave him the key and let him get away.
Nice little twist.
It was a nice little twist. So Key and Peele are locked away in this federal building, and they are confined to.
They're not locked away. They're banished. They're banished to the
from
archives.
Active duty, and they work in the file room.
They get to keep their guns. That seems kind of strange. I don't know why you need a gun in the
fired. And so they, was it Key or Peele? I can't remember which one. Pins a picture of Malvo up on the wall, and is the guy that put them in this place. So suddenly, Lauren Malvo is the bane of everyone's existence.
Lauren Malvo,
in the upper Midwest.
So then from there we go to idiot Gus Grimley, and he's doing a speeding trap outside of Duluth. And the only gun that Gus Grimley should be allowed to have is a radar gun.
Amen.
So he gets on the phone with Molly because apparently if you're on a speeding trap, you just call all your friends.
You call your girlfriend.
So, and an idiot move, again, you know, just the guy is so clueless. He invites her to, or he suggests that they go to a logging convention?
The login fest.
Logging fest. And Molly actually has to ask him out by saying, well, I'll see you there because we'll go together.
Yes.
Which is really sweet.
So then this really cool shot happens where Gus is on the phone in his car and they span across the woods, and all of a sudden we focus in on Gus again, but this time he's delivering mail and it says 1 year later. So we speed up, we're back in Bemidji.
Gus has clearly lost his job because he shot a cop that he couldn't see.
I'm guessing that hearing didn't go so well.
No. Well, we don't know what town it is. He pulls up in front of a house.
We don't know what town it is yet, but we find out that it's Bemidji. He walks in the door and, you know,
he says, I'm home.
I'm home, and
what a good 40s dad.
pregnant little Molly comes waddling out, and it turns out that they've been married and she's very pregnant in a year. They move fast in Bemidji.
Yeah, you'll see a lot of things happen really, really fast.
Yeah, so in this year that has elapsed, it turns out that, you know, the murder situation kind of was left where it was. In this scene that at the time was very confusing. Molly's still in the Bemidji police force. She goes into work, and Bill comes in with his Sudanese son, his adopted Sudanese son.
A lost boy.
Yeah, and they tell this story, and I remember tweeting last night, like, I'm very confused why this feels out of place, whatever. But he tells the story of how when the son first came over from Sudan, how he got, you know, misplaced.
Robbed,
and
he got lost, and he ended up kind of shoplifting at Eden Garden. Is it Eden Garden?
No, Phoenix.
Phoenix Garden.
Phoenix something.
Milo Stavros' grocery store.
And all of a sudden, Bill is just in town for the ballet because his wife likes the ballet, and he stumbles across the boy, and they are so happy. And it just, you know, he says, what are the chances that he would find his adopted son after he'd been missing for a month? And
sometimes things just work out.
They do. And so Molly kind of tears up and nods, and then it was like, oh, I get it. We're gonna find out what sometimes works out. So then we find out, where's Lester? Where's Lester?
Well,
a year later?
we should flash back to the year before the flash forward. Lester has a run-in with the widow Hess, who she's got a
dirty mouth.
She got a piece of mail that says that her claim has been rejected. This is after she and Lester, well, they got a little friendly.
Had relations.
They had relations, as they say up there in Bemidji. And she comes in with a profane tirade that was hilarious. She also
None of which we can repeat.
She also comes in with the idiot Hess boys, who are ready to take over their father's role as Lester's tormentors. But Lester strikes back.
Pops him in the nose.
With a stapler to each of the boys, and gets the widow Hess to calm down. And he lets her know he's got the upper hand now, because in the office with Lester was his coworker. I think her name is Linda, maybe.
Yeah.
And Linda is clearly smitten.
She's got eyes for Lester.
She's got eyes for Lester. So later in the episode, you start seeing Lester's kind of becoming the big man in town.
He's becoming a ladies' man, and he's gotten that pride. He's selling insurance. He's got he got away with murder.
People listen to him. People have respect for him. He's telling stories. People are all interested in Lester. So a year forward,
in
2007, we're at a convention. We find out that it's an insurance convention, and the insurance salesman of the year is
Lester Nygaard.
And Lester gets up there and makes a couple jokes. People laugh. He thanks his wife. We find out that Linda is now his wife. And
he got married in less than a year, too.
He got married in less than a year. He says, a lot of people know it's been a tough year, and sometimes you think you got it all, and then someone dies, someone loses their house, someone goes to jail, things happen. And when things happen, you need insurance. So the things happen thing is really, things happen as a theme, really coming together now. So Lester, after the event, he and Linda are going back up to the room, and he spots a couple of even foxier young ladies than his wife, sends her up to the room. He's going to say he's going to have a drink in the bar. He goes into the bar, orders something dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
blood orange and bourbon.
And what does he see? Who does he see?
Lorne Malvo.
But Lorne Malvo has also changed within a year. Lorne Malvo now has white hair. He seems to be an outgoing, charismatic fellow
He's talking to people.
Talking to ladies, talking to a guy who, is it the actor? I can't remember. It's an actor we will remember. But anyways, so Lorne is in the bar. He doesn't see Lester. Lester sees Lorne. Lester starts freezing up. You wonder what's going to happen next. Leaves
what
it all
are
open.
the chances?
But so here's what's happening. Lorne Malvo now, Lester knows where he is. Lorne Malvo is being followed by, Molly's not giving up on this.
No.
She's calling the FBI.
And she has officially become Marge because she comes home from work at the end of a long day, climbs into bed with
her idiot husband, Gus.
Her idiot husband, Gus, who doesn't make postage stamp, but he delivers letters.
Good catch. Good call.
And she's pregnant, and she's sitting in the bed still contemplating catching Lester and Lorne.
But she says, we got it good. We got it all right. We got everything we need. But there's still one thing that's missing, and it's Lorne.
It's nagging at her.
It's Lorne, and she knows that Lester did it. So Molly's looking for Lester, looking to bring down Lester and Lorne still. Key and Peele are looking to get Lorne so that they can get out of the dungeon. You've got Wrenches out there on the loose. He's going to come looking for Lester. Who else? The widow Hess.
We still don't know what happened to Milos either.
No, he's missing. We've got the widow Hess and her idiot sons. They're going to come looking for Lester. Lots of things happening.
Yeah, I think we are on the road to finding everything out. Everything will be clear. Probably not.
Probably not. The show does a lot of jumping around, and I think that's the credit to the show. It really keeps things interesting. A lot of twists that were not expected, and all really pretty enjoyable.
Yeah, so I can't wait for the last 2 episodes.
Looking forward to it.